One of the terms of great importance for the financial sector is compound interest. So what is compound interest and with what formula are compound interest calculations made? To find answers to these questions, you can read our blog post that we have prepared for you. What is compound interest? Compound interest, by its easiest definition, means that the interest on any amount deposited in the bank is added to the interest. In other words, the amount of interest processed on the investor's main money contained in the bank is calculated from the total amount found after adding it to the main money, and the interest is added to the total amount again. The application of compound interest is prohibited under certain restrictions within the Turkish legal system. In addition to this regulation, in some exceptions, that is, in special circumstances, the application of compound interest may apply. Interest rates. Conditions requested for compound interest application. 3-month application. Contracts with commercial transaction feature. Individuals or institutions that meet these conditions can process compound interest on their main money in the bank. Check out our deposit calculation page to browse and compare the most advantageous and high-yield deposit interest rates. How is compound interest calculated? Compound interest is a practice that can be very useful. But in our country, this interest system can work under certain conditions, as we mentioned above. As for the answer to the question of how to calculate compound interest, it is necessary to get clear information about some issues when calculating these interest rates. The required information is the principal amount to be deposited in the bank, the percentage of interest for the period applied by the banks, and the recurring period of interest. These concepts are also expressed in certain formulas and letters. In the compound interest formula, the letter P stands for principal. In the parts with the letter P, the total amount of money deposited by the person in the bank is written. The letter I means interest for the period. Where the letter I is, it is written how much interest the bank processes on the main money periodically. The letter N is the repeating period of interest. In this section, after the amount given by the bank for the first period is added to the account, the second period iteration amount is written. Compound interest calculations can be made both monthly and annually. You need to pay attention to these points when calculating. Otherwise, you may be able to perform an incorrect calculation. If the money is converted from a simple interest rate to a compound interest rate, it is collected by 1, divided by a simple interest rate and the number of periods. Then it is multiplied by the number of periods and subtracted by 1. You can read our article to make profitable investments by choosing the right stock on the stock market.